Now let's discuss the production process of interactive documentaries. The process remains same as far as the ideation and brainstorming is concerned, but it will not limit to the selection of topic, but also production and publication. The above mentioned digital publishing platforms needed to be subscribed first. The other option is to buy space on the web and build your interactive documentary. This requires coding of the content and flow of visualization. When the topic is finalized, the media that an author wanted to include in it should be decided, like photo, video, soundscape, drawings and other multimedia elements. Users will get wider choices to access the layers of the story in different forms. Then the narrative structure needed to be decided. According to Florent Marin, the traditional documentaries follow linear storytelling with the beginning, middle and end with a fixed narration. The iDocs are designed as open-ended documentaries where users can also contribute and co-create. The iDoc narrative structure will be explained as most commonly followed, but not every documentary artist follows. For example, in Clint, you need to select the home or keyframe which will act as a main node for all other branches. You can keep your visual material there. Then various narrations or possibilities of the story can be branched out, like different endings or decisions which audience can make. The common nodes can be connected, intersected and also create a narration which makes the user to navigate the content more fluidly. Rob Mundy, the other narrative structure, says that fishbone narrative, where one main linear story will be there, but it allows the users to access the additional short stories or background material to get more insights in the issue. In this process, users are always guided to the main node or story. You may refer Prison Valley is one of the iDoc who has pioneered in this structure. The other one is parallel narrative structure, which allows the users to explore their path, but they will be guided to main node in important events. This is more complex than fishbone structure. The other one is threaded narrative, where many independent stories are developed. It allows the author to give multiple viewpoints for the user. All nodes need not to be linked. It can stay independently also. Then other one is concentric narrative. It will have one main pivotal node where multiple stories or perspectives are linked. The central node will act as a hub where users return to get more information to get into the other nodes. This structure is more complex and elaborate. You may refer the iDoc titled The Iron Curtain Diaries to know about this form. Once you choose with reference to the above discussed narrations or narrative structures, you need to prepare your multimedia material. You need to create a template or an interactive menu which will act as the face of your iDoc. The photo and video editing softwares have these options to create layers to act as an interactive menu. You should also decide what your users will see once they enter the project. Sometimes possibilities of providing the content in different languages will help the project to reach wider audiences. Use of text overlaid on the visual material brings more performance and meaning. Keywords needed to be chosen for effective usage. Unlike traditional documentary, the length of the video should not be too long. These clips will be smaller. Typically, they are less than 5 minutes. Sometimes it lasts 30 seconds to 1 minute. You can have many clips. If the users want a longer version, they always should be given the access to it. It is important to realize that video is not just the dominant media to tell the story. It is one of the mediums among other multimedia and text material. A short text description wherever necessary will be an additional strength to the documentary. Now, let us discuss audience as co-creators and collaborators. iDoc created debate whether the use of the term audience is inappropriate in the context of iDocs. Some scholars use the users and others as interactors. They are no more receivers or receptors. They are active and contribute to the story as co-creators through meaningful collaborations. Mandy Rose observed that the QPU project is an example of how the interaction between the audience and subjects in the iDoc helped in asserting the activism through co-creation. Kate Nash raised pertinent questions about the audience interaction and participation, as the technology has been limiting the audience as simply an agency. Whether the author or artificial intelligence is navigating the audience or they are pushed to make certain choices. Patricia Zimmerman's concept of open space documentary raised questions on a variety of issues, including participation and co-creation. Many of the projects are sophisticated. This indicates that class and caste in Indian context access is one of the important variables to explore. The iDocs should be affordable to the audience. We should not understand the audience as in the broadcast perspective. It will only help to an extent. Michael Reliak says audience are still learning to understand the whole new way of storytelling through iTalks. In conclusion, I would like to say that interactive documentary is a living documentary and open-ended. It has more potential in storytelling through engaging the users in through conversation, and it's an experiential mode. Artificial intelligence is slowly but prominently creeping into the creative process. Artificial intelligence is going to compete in telling stories with human and going to exercise agency over other co-creators. This does not deny the power of traditional classical documentary. It will have its place and potential. Whatever great technologies might be used for storytelling, but story or content is what matters finally. Using nonlinear narration should be for better perspective and achieving better reality. Jeff Sweck, who is a co-producer of Hollow, asserts that some people feel that it's necessary to jump into the new medium and be relevant and be something that is kind of cutting edge, but it's really just a matter of knowing what you want to accomplish and what tools you can use to accomplish that. That's all we have for you today. We hope you enjoyed this session. See you again. Till then, thank you and namaskar.